Whenever I pitch a segment about motherhood, people are like, oh, like motherhood. No, you are making the argument that this is radical in every way. Tell me why.
This is where we're on the front lines of, we are raising the next generation of community leaders, of neighbors, of politicians. Like, mothering is the front lines where we can impart the values that we want to see in the world. And I think about that every day when my young girls, I think of, coming of age as a woman of color in America. I realized very early on that a lot of things were not meant for me. And I had to work really hard to take pride and value myself. And I don't want it to be that hard for them. So this is where we can teach them those things. We can make it easier. Like, if we're not here to make the world a little bit better, what's the point?
Talk to me about how you see abortion access fitting into this idea of respecting mothers.
I mean, as a guest earlier had said, 66% of people who have abortions are mothers. To me, that is really clear. These are people who know the exact cost, time, and financial, because children will drain you financially. They know the cost. And so this is really an economic justice issue. And we know the people who are not able to get abortions. Rich people will always be able to get abortions. It is poor women and women of color who have not been able to do that. And so in America, we invented poverty. This is a man-made condition. And by forcing people into motherhood, you are forcing people into poverty. And we're very comfortable saying that some people deserve to be in poverty, and that we're comfortable, like our government is saying, we're comfortable with that happening. To be confined in the home with children. Yeah.
There's an idea. Gia Tolentino has written about your book in the New Yorker, which, as I said, is the Mother's Day gift I didn't know that I wanted or needed. But there is something.
Me too, Alicia.
Happy Mother's Day to you. There is an idea that between the two of you was crystallized for me, which was during this pandemic, a lot of us sort of recognized the way in which we live in community with others, right? That we were not able to do everything we needed to do for our kids on our own. I, for example, was part of a pod where I was very reliant on other parents, on other caregivers. But there are people who went in the other direction, right? There are people who said, I need to just focus my time, my energy, my care on my nuclear family, on the 4 or 5 people in my life. And I wonder if, as you were researching your book, you came to understand what that dividing line was between people who started to reimagine care as a collective exercise and those who saw it even more as an individual effort.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say that this is the way we have lived. I mean, we cannot do it alone, right? And even people who are concentrating on their nuclear family, they're outsourcing domestic work. They've got help, right? It's too much. Like, let's just name that for what it is. Like, American life, you need help. We all need help. We're human beings. And I think that really I look to, when I was developing these ideas, like, this is the work of survival. Marginalized people, oppressed people, which is people of color in America, have been making community and relying on people since the beginning, right? And so the pandemic, to me, is an opportunity. We all had to admit, I can't do this alone. And that's when podding happened, right? And I want us to lean into that. We need each other. We are interdependent. And the more that we see that, when we silo ourselves off, we're really weaponizing, our resources, and we're like hoarding that. And in America, we're told, you have to keep everything for yourself. Why? Right? Like, the idea to me is like, what is best for this country is what is best for all people, for the most people, and especially people who need resources. So I think we really need to be thinking about how it's uncomfortable, right, to think about giving up some comfort, right? But we're at that level where I feel people really, like, the way we live is really inhumane in modern America, and that has been exposed. And with all this push to go back to normal, to go back to the office, right? I don't want us to lose that really beautiful interdependence, that really beautiful community making that we were doing out of necessity. But, the pandemic is not over. And we are still going to continue to need each other.
Angela Garbaz, in what is her first television appearance ever? Angela, thank you for gracing me with your presence. She is the author of the new book, Essential Labor: Mothering as Social Change.